Alright. Hey, guys, whoever's watching this. This is just a quick, well, probably rambling, not very quick, review, vlog style of a movie I saw over the weekend. As you can tell by the title, it's called Almighty Thor. No, it's not the Marvel Comics movie, which I want to see, and I have a free ticket to from the comic shop I go to, which is awesome. And it's just tricky finding the time to see with my roommate and some friends. But who needs that when you have Almighty Thor? Here's the backstory. I went to my parents' house yesterday for an early Mother's Day thing, because I couldn't be there today because I work tomorrow and it'd be a big hassle. So I went there and, you know, we did some stuff, and about 9 o'clock, no, 8 o'clock, so I saw the last of the first movie. I was flipping through channels and saw Sci-Fi and saw it had the what's on, the little digital thing of what's going to happen next. And first was Ferocious Planet with Joe Flanagan, which he's basically playing Colonel Shepard from Atlantis, which I thought was funny. And then I clicked forward to see what was next, and it said Almighty Thor. I stopped. It's like, it's called Almighty Thor, and it's on Sci-Fi. This is the Asylum. Yeah. Quick internet search later, yes, it was. So I've gotten really good at telling what Asylum movies are now, because it's out the weekend of the Marvel Comics movie Thor. It's called Almighty Thor. Saw the box art on Internet Movie Database. It looks like Thor, and yeah. and in true Asylum fashion, it was bad. But there are actually like two kinds of Asylum movies. There are the ones that are way over the top with really horrible special effects and really bad acting. They're just really fun to watch because it's just so stupid. But then there are the ones that still have the bad acting, still the bad special effects, but they try to take themselves seriously, and they're not enjoying it. They're not in on the joke. They're like, this is a real fucking movie we're making. This is real. This is it. And so they're really boring. And that's what Thor was. It was boring. It had moments where if I'd watched it with my friends instead of, you know, at home with my dad who's half asleep in the chair, I probably could have made fun of it. Probably would have had a better time making fun of it. But for the most part, it's played too straight, and it's just bad. Like, well, the first thing that stuck out to me, like, well, alright, two things that show this is going to be bad right away. When I looked at Internet Movie Database, the guy who played Thor, your main character, is fourth build. That's not good. The second thing was the title screen. There were no actual intro titles. It's just, you know, boom, boom, boom title. But the title of the movie was in the exact same font as the rest of the credits. It's just Almighty Thor. Not like, with a title like that, you need like big booming thunder and lightning and flashes off the whole screen. No, it's just Almighty Thor. I'm like, oh wow, really? That's how you're gonna start the movie? That's gonna be your title? Oh, this is gonna hurt, and it did. Well, the most popular known actor in there was Richard Grieco as Loki. I'm not really sure who he is though. I've heard his name. I know I've heard of him, but I don't know what he's done. Maybe I'll look it up. But the one I knew right away was excuse me, Kevin Nash as Odin. Yeah! Who needs Anthony Hopkins when you have Big Sexy there? So yeah, I should tell you right away how bad this movie's gonna be. And I can't really think of what else to say. It was just, I could give plot summaries. There's some things in there that stuck out. Of course, they're leaving me as soon as the camera's in front of me. But the one thing that got me right away was that, obviously Thor and all of them are kind of public domain. They're mythology. No one can copyright just Thor. Like, if DC wanted to have a Thor, Marvel couldn't do anything about it. They do, however, copyright the specific look of their Thor. You know, the blonde hair, the outfit and stuff. And that's kind of what they went for in this movie. Like, this Thor's blonde, and he has like a chainmail shirt, and he has the things, but they're not like circles like Thor has, they're like square plates, but that's exactly what it looks like. And then they can't quick enough put him in a cape. Like, he just changes, like, oh, this feels better, because now I have a cape, so I look like that Thor. And they tried to give him a beard to make him look more Norse, I guess. Or wait, now that I think about it, more like Christian Hemsworth. Oh God, I'm blanking on his name. But the guy who plays Thor in the Marvel movie. They tried to give the guy in Almighty Thor a beard, but it's like the most prepubescent, like 8th grade beard ever. I have more of a beard than this guy had. It was really sad looking. It was barely stubble. And Thor in this movie is a complete pussy. Like, complete. Gets his ass kicked to him all the time. Whines a lot. It's not commanding of things. And there's a part later in the movie where he's talking to Axorna, who I've never heard of before. I guess they made her up for this movie. Where it's like, I'm gonna kill Loki. And even what I did just then was much more aggressive than he does. Like, I want to kill him. No, I'm stopping now. Why won't you believe me? Why is it everything I do on my own is wrong? Thor, listen to me. That's exactly what he sounded like throughout the entire movie. It was really, really bad. Sorry. But, and there were only three characters in the entire movie. Kevin Nash was there, and some other guy playing some character I've never heard of, but they call him Thor's brother, and never address Loki as Thor's half-brother, which, is that an actual mythology, or is that part of the Marvel Comics thing? I'm relatively sure I've heard it's actually they're half-brothers, but Loki, however, is the devil. Yeah, that's the start of the movie. He's in hell, has this bone staff thing that he uses to break out of and call his demon dogs, and he takes down Asgard, which is basically a forest and some crappy CGI castle. And he kills Odin and Thor's brother for the Hammer of Invincibility, which is not Thor's hammer. I thought it was the entire time, but no. But this hammer, first of all, Odin has it, and Loki wants it, and he kills Odin. So it can't really be a Hammer of Invincibility if you can get killed while having it. But it's just a rock on a stick, basically. Like, that's the hammer. It's this long stick, rock. Okay, that looks impressive. So, Loki kills Odin, and Odin sits to the Tree of Life, and that's basically the plot, like trying to find the Tree of Life and get the hammer, so Loki can bring about Ragnarok, and Thor can get it and beat Loki. And I just realized I spent the 8 minutes in this video finally getting to the plot, so I'm sorry. I told you it was going to be rambling. There's really not a lot to talk about. I'm trying to remember now. God, maybe I should have done it last night when it was more fresh, but I do know, I'm not quite sure what Richard Grieco was trying to do with Loki. Like, he was kind of being comedical villain, kind of being threatening, and having really weird reads. And they reused a lot of his lines. A lot. Like, not just have him repeat it, as in they replayed it. Like, I swear to God, there's a scene where Thor and Axana are in this protected bubble, and they're talking about what's going on. And Loki screams, "Thor! I can hear you!" And then 5 minutes later, "Thor! I can hear you!" Exactly the same. And whenever he calls his dogs, he's like screaming, "Come to me, my friends!" And they use that 3 times. And one time, he did it without even moving his mouth, which is kind of impressive. And also, it turns out to create Ragnarok, all you need is that bone staff of his, the Hammer of Invincibility, and just scream, "Ragnarok!" and things explode. I didn't know that's how it worked, but apparently it does. I'm not even trying to make any kind of coherent timeline review, as you can tell. It's just whatever I remember. The one thing that did stick out to me is they did go to modern day, well, America, but they went to Midgard. I'm not sure why. other than the fact that, well, that's what the Marvel Comics movie did, and we'll do that. But there's really no reason for them to be there. There's no culture clash, there's no learning thing.